Anyways, onwards with our adventure to see what procrastination will do to procrastinate our progress even more so. You look pretty pleased about something. You being our trainer? Oh, really? So now we're gonna learn about the Pokemon Center. Onwards with adventure! You know, I never read this sign. Oh, I could buy more Pokeballs at the Pokemart. That's all that was really about. I'm so glad we could have just teleported to skip the whole backtracking from before. Imagine if you had to walk all the way back. Well, yeah, that's kinda how it works in the main series game. I should probably clear out my box. So we got room for some new friends. BRB. Alright. On top of cleaning out my box, I decided to give some names to some Pokemon, but first I want to show off something that I've been meaning to do. You go to click... excuse me. You go to click... Where is it? It should be an option... Maybe I'm jumping the gun. I could have sworn that you could do this as soon as Eevee jumps on your head. But you eventually can make a Pokemon follow you as well. So, I'm not sure what I'm overlooking. But, oh yeah! I could showcase our new nicknames for our new friends. Our Rattata is going to be called Fido, in reference to Fido's tail. I originally called it a female Rattata, and I couldn't remember the name of Fido's sister, so I think her name, I should say, was just Fido's sister. So it kind of works out that we got a boy there, so I don't have to embarrass myself any more than I already have. Speaking of embarrassment, never mind, I don't want to admit that I forgot about Medley's name. Got a Pidgey named Medley after the bird girl from Wind Waker. So that's gonna be a thing too. Alright, and as you can see, the Rocket Men have gone away, and we can progress forward onwards for our adventure. But what if we wanted to catch more Pokemon? I know you guys don't, but really, there is a Pokemon in there that I actually want to get, not just like for the sake of collecting. There's a Pokemon that I am seriously, even if not 100%, planning on using on this team for real. Probably the most serious party member that we've gotten so far, minus Jenna Girl herself. So just gotta wait for something besides Rattatas to come out of the grass here. Maybe if I'm feeling generous, I can speed things up. But then, when would I know to end the video? Because all I got to go by is just the time frame on my audio. This isn't quite the Pokemon I'm looking for. But I did catch one before. So I'm gonna get this guy too. Meet Todd, guys! You know what, I'm not even gonna bother trying to find their male. Like, it seemed like a cool idea before, but I'm not sure if I'm too down into just the whole Pokemon hunting. Like, if something really stands out that is similar, then maybe... You know what? We will wait to reveal the name that I have for this Nidoran that probably won't make it into the final team. After I find a few more things. Do I want to go for the Sparrow? Ah! Here it is! I don't know what's up with this team. I'm not intentionally going for an all-girl team, I swear. But I really want to use a Nidoran female. It's just one of those Pokemon that I may have used before, but I just can never... It's never been used in a playthrough that I just never can remember finishing a playthrough with Nidoran female. There's her beautiful cry. It's just a Pokemon that I really want to give more attention to. And when I think more about it, I probably have finished a playthrough with it, but I can't remember it very well. And I've definitely never done a Kanto playthrough on the interwebs with an Nidoran female. Mostly because I've never finished a Kanto playthrough for the interwebs with Pokemon. As I was saying, yeah. I never actually finished a playthrough. Okay. Now that I'm trying to cut around my inability to talk properly, let me finish my statement. I have never finished a playthrough with a Nidoran female on YouTube. I can say that for sure because I've never actually finished a Kanto playthrough on YouTube. For some reason, that's such a tongue twister today. So yeah, I want to make a memory with a Nidoran female, at the very least. So we might as well like catch Nidoran females, catch Nidoran males. I might as well catch a Sparrow. Well, thanks Foam for interrupting everything. What was I gonna say? Yeah, might as well get a Sparrow. Might as well just catch everything I see at least once. You get, as you can tell, you actually get experience for catching things in this game. And there's actually a couple roadblocks that literally require you to catch a certain number of Pokemon before you get to through the end of it. Actually, did I do the Sparrow thing already? Just in case I haven't. And I wonder if I've caught enough of the Nidoran females and Nidoran males to make a decision of who is gonna be the one to represent the entire race of Nidorans. Probably like one more Nidoran female wouldn't hurt. Now, I'm being very bold and making sure I don't go too far up ahead, because that triggers a battle. And I want to at least have a team together before I do that said battle. It would help if some of these rats would respawn, so I have a chance to get another Nidoran female. Possibly, maybe. Hello there, friend. You're gonna be my friend now. Loop. So, yeah, I don't think I ever even finished the stories about how I got into Pokemon. Pokemon is actually my gateway into video games in general, so that alone is probably why this generation has such a special place in my heart. Okay, you're learning... Oh! I forgot Eevee actually learns Double Kick in this game. This is the first game that it learns it in, and like it just carries over into the following games. What? We don't need Tackle. At least it's not completely inaccurate like in the old games. But we got Quick Attack pretty much immediately, so I think it's fine. And I forget that Pidgey actually learned Mirror Move at a very early level in this game, which is probably going to make it pretty fun to play around with. It's going to be a tough sell to use anything besides the Nidoran male or the Nidoran female that we already have in our party, just because of the experience that they already got. But let's check it out. Let's see. Oh wow, I've only actually caught one Nidoran male. And I could have sworn that Nidoran female was a rare one for my game. My first recording session, like, I found like 5 Nidoran males before my first Nidoran female, and I was to the point where I almost accepted the fact that I would not be able to actually use a Nidoran female in this game. So we got an attack that lowers defense that might be saucy to play with. Attack lowering speed. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Plus is silly, which I think will be a very important asset for any Pokemon that sticks around for our party. Especially if you're a Nidoran. Why? Well, let's name you and see. You shall be Cindy. I can't forget to actually put you in the party. And you shall be... Good lord, using the Pokeball Plus to type in names is probably something that they make people do. in the at least the first layer of hell. Todd. Cindy and Todd. I've probably spelled Cindy wrong, not because that's a horrible spelling of Cindy, but I'm pretty sure the actual spelling of Cindy that I'm going for is even worse than that. And I guess until we find more Pokemon, which will probably be soon, but regardless of the point, Todd can stay along with Cindy. I think I'll just like grind out a few more levels for good old Cindy, and we'll be ready to go from there. And by grind, I mean throw Pokeballs at Pokemon, because that's totally how to get experience. Oh, so now the females are popping up when I'm trying to like chain experience. Yeah, that's the thing, like if you catch multiple Pokemon of the same species in a row, you actually get a little bit more experience of it, which makes you want. You may be wondering, Jackie K, why did you do an Nidoran male when you established that the female ones pop up more often? Oh, I don't know. No, it's not until Sword and Shield where you can do the spin and dab. That's 1 level for Cindy. And 2 level for Cindy. That's close enough because I'm impatient and I don't want to have to record 40 minutes for just to have a half-hour episode. If I can so help it. Alright. So, let me see if I can navigate this Pokeball plus enough to actually get over to Cindy. Well, while I'm in the I'll meet you back when I figure out how to actually do this thing I want to do. Yeah, John Girl has gotten a lot of time in the sun already, and this is actually way more experimental than I think I can normally get with good old Eevee. Usually I trigger a rival fight somewhere around here. Oh, spoilers, it's a rival fight. Probably like go right over here. Just for that Nidoran to actually despawn. And it's time to actually get a fight battle. Let's see how overpowered my Eevee is. And maybe Cindy will get some action too. Hello there, bird. I got a Barney. Like, I'll admit, like, I never really classified Nidorans as any particular animal in particular for the longest time. I meant to choose Tailwhip, but this will probably work out better in the long run. So yeah, like, Nidorans were just Nidorans to me. I didn't associate them with mice or rabbits or anything, but like as I got older, I see the Buns resemblance more and more. You know, it's a level 3 Pidgey. I can probably just scratch away at it. I would say, plus we can just hope for a poison point, but that actually makes a good segue into one of the many differences between Let's Go and pretty much any other Pokemon game. At least since the 2nd generation. There are no abilities. If I go to my Pokemon to take a look at it, you can see its stats over there, what type it is, gender even, the moves it has. I forgot you can actually like switch around your Pokemon this way. But yeah, no ability. For those of you who are less familiar with the series, abilities are kind of like a secondary effect that Pokemon have, and they vary between species. Even 2 Pokemon of the same exact species can have different abilities sometimes, even. Cindy, you can stay in. You probably won't stand a chance to get this Pikachu, but you can at least make it for an easier time when I come in and have to scratch the scene. Speaking of scratching, Growl's not gonna do any good because physical is but oh yeah, Pikachu has quick attack. I guess Growling might have been something. I was gonna say Pikachu only has Thunder Shock, and that's a whole other set of Pokemon mechanics. Just the fact of special moves versus physical moves. They have different attack stats and different special attack stats. It may be self-explanatory, but the whole special attack are for special moves like Thunder Shock, and attack is just for physical moves that have Pokeball physical contact, like Tackle or Scratch, or pretty much every move that we have in our arsenal currently. But don't worry, that will change eventually. You know what, I probably should have gave 69 a chance to shine in the sun, but we got the ability to just do one quick attack and probably take it out. Let's just have some fun. Watch the Pikachu fall so great. Thank you, Cindy, your work does not go unnoticed. And I guess some people might like the whole lack of abilities, because it kind of is a throwback to the original games, but that's kind of like one of the things that keeps this game from being the definitive addition to Pokemon for the Kanto region in general. Yeah, maybe you are just helping me get stronger. I feel like this game gets too nostalgic. Oh yeah, do I want to showcase why Eevee's dancing down there? Nah, we'll save that for a different video. But I kind of like just how the Pokemon series are moving forward, and one of my favorite things about going for a remake of a Pokemon game is just the fact that we get to relive the same area, but just see how much better Pokemon has gotten over the years. So it kind of feels like a step back to take away a lot of the mechanics that were in modern Pokemon games, just to make it feel more like a Pokemon game, especially when you're just going with this whole brand new catching mechanic anyways. I get that this game came right around the peak of Pokemon Go, and a lot of the whole point of this game was to try to get some Pokemon Go players over into the main series game. It's kind of ironic that I kind of took the opposite angle, just like I grew up playing Pokemon games, and yet Sword and Shield I think is the first Pokemon game that I haven't actually played. It's just I kind of got burned out on Pokemon after Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and I'll just leave it at that. Anyways, I'm gonna come back here and pick up some Pokeballs before we go onwards, so I can showcase another one of my classic mechanics, like something that wasn't in the original Red, Blue, and Yellow, but in modern Pokemon games they did keep, and actually improved on. Premier Balls. Like, every time you buy 10 Pokeballs, you get a free Premier Ball, which you can actually see down the bottom with the shelf guide there. The red Pokeballs on the right are our normal Pokeballs, and those white Pokeballs are the Premier Balls. They act exactly like Pokeballs, but they look prettier. In hindsight, it would have been cool to actually catch one of our party members in them, but I'm sure this won't be the last time that we get to check out Premier Ball. Anyways, I was on a tangent about something, wasn't I? Yeah, Let's Go games. I do kind of wish that they kept a few more of the mechanics, but more specifically, there's a very exact feature that I wish they kept from Fire Red and Leaf Green over to Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. It's not even really a mechanic. It's about the about additional gameplay / story features that they added. If you played Fire Red and Leaf Green, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Something that just feels like a hole missing from those games. What I am willing to talk about right now, without feeling like spoiling too much that's coming up in the future. Dang it, I forgot it! I swear, sometimes I just have the frickin' memory of a goldfish, especially when I'm in a casual mood like this. But yeah, I would like myself a Caterpie. Not sure if I'm gonna use it, because I'm definitely gonna use it in either my Yellow or Leaf Green playthrough. But I definitely would at least like to have a Caterpie on hand by now. And I'll think about throwing it in the party later. We might catch a few and see if I get a good one. Is it just me, or it feels like it's been too long since we got a Pokedex entry? If you touch a feeler at the top of his head, it will release a horrible sting to protect itself. The little unknown facts about Caterpie is secretly a stink bug. Yeah, we could hang around this little patch of grass, but we saw the only new thing here. If we actually go into the forest that's upcoming ahead. If we actually go into the forest up ahead, we'll actually get to see some fun stuff. We'll get to see more of the things that we saw up in that little patch of grass, and more. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Viridian Forest. Full of bugs and 69s of Galore. Not of the Galar region, but a Galore of Pokemon nevertheless. Why not just introduce ourselves to a new friend? Speaking of new friends, I forgot to do the thing with Caterpie. It's all cool, we'll be able to get more of them. Oh yeah, I mean, I always like hoarding my berries in these games, but since the game is trying to teach us how to do it, I might as well showcase it. If you use a berry before you throw a ball, it makes it easier to catch. It's literally the same exact way it works in Pokemon Go. To a T. And we got our first Weedle. Funny enough, sitting right next to it is the evolved form Kakuna. I think that Kakuna actually popped up before the Weedle, which is actually fairly hilarious. Level up montage later. There is our friend Kakuna. There was some... Oh yeah, evolutions was the thing I keep meaning to want to bring up. We got a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon that gained evolutions later on in the series. And I would have freaking loved them to actually bring them back. Like Tangela being a Pokemon that evolves into Tanga Growth. And kind of in the way that we evolved into Kakuna. I overtalked that completely, didn't I? Sorry. I will find a way in editing to fix my mistakes. No, it'd probably be easier just to find another one. Now, if I could finish what I'm saying for like 2 seconds. I do sure enjoy myself. A Kakuna that allows me to redeem myself. Yeah, I still stand by that, like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver is kind of like some of the best blends we've had between remembering the classes, but introducing just enough new things to actually keep us going with along the path of the original, or what is. So, like, I would have loved if, like, we got some of the Gen 4 or even Gen 2 Pokemon that, not that are new, but evolve from Gen 1 Pokemon, just so it doesn't feel like having a Cypher not being evolved into a Scizor feels empty. But more specifically, like, it feels empty to have a Golbat and not be able to evolve it into a Crobat for the entire game, just because the game literally stops you from doing so. Fire Red Leafgreen. At least this game is kind enough to not tease you with it. Cause if Fire Red Leafgreen Pokemon, like, a Golbat does evolve into a Crobat, but not until you beat the Elite Four. Which is a little bit more okay, since Fire Red and Leaf Green has a bit more post-game than the original Red and Blue, but it's still a little bit insulting. If you try to evolve a Pokemon before you get the National Dex in Fire Red and Leaf Green, you like get a little tease where it goes through the animation screen. It's like, huh? For some weird reason, the Pokemon stopped evolving. I wonder why that could be. Is like we don't want to break the game or something. I wonder what that's about. I get why they do it though, so I don't complain too highly about it, but my only downside is like, it's just the fact that we got this game kind of rules out the fact that we'll ever get a Kanto game that's that kind of like gives it the Heart Gold Soul Silver treatment, and that's kind of my biggest beef with this game. Not the whole catching mechanic, not the Pokeball Plus. Speaking of. But the fact that we'll never really get a game that like lets us go for this region, but allow us to have the full potential of our Pokemon. Because like people are already sick of Kanto. So we're probably not gonna see Kanto for another, in an ideal world, another 10 years. But knowing like how impactful that first generation is on people, and how it results in Pokemon Company liking to milk Kanto from time to time, like maybe a little more than time to time, but you know what I mean. It probably won't be another 10 years before we revisit Kanto in some shape or form, but it would be nice. As much as I actually would like a Heart Gold Soul Silver version of the Kanto games. It would be nice if we actually gave Kanto a little bit of breathing room. There's other games that people are nostalgic to. Like Pokemon's old enough that like you're probably just as likely to have as many Pokemon fans that grew up, first game, however I want to word it, of Hoenn. Like there's been a huge Hoenn resurgence, especially right before the game came out. And like now that Sinnoh's thing, that game's getting a huge resurgence. Yeah, remember how our rival slash friend slash whatever got a Pikachu? Yeah, unlike Yellow, you can catch your own Pikachus. Yeah, even if you play Let's Go Pikachu, you can still get yourself a Pikachu. A second Pikachu. Don't worry though, they do something to make sure that your starter Pokemon is special, even if you catch others. Are we actually gonna get this first ball? To be honest, I kept talking because I was convinced that we would not get that Pikachu on the first ball. Like, Pikachu can be such a pain sometimes, especially when you don't have the proper abilities to weaken it. Because if you don't know in the main series games for some reason, you normally battle against Pokemon to catch them, and the weaker you make them before catching, the easier they are to catch. So that is something to keep in mind. I'm being conflicted of whether to battle the trainers or not, but like, we're almost in 40 minutes and haven't had a single battle. I gotta stop making excuses. There is something like therapeutic about just running through and like catching Pokemon without fighting. And I guess that's part of the charm of this game. It's like a relaxed revisit of the Kanto region. But I know like some of you don't like your battles, so we might as well have some battles. And I forgot I haven't swapped it around so that Cindy is no longer in the front, but I don't think, like, maybe besides that Caterpie, we haven't really had a Pokemon that I'm dying to use. I know we have that Rattata and that Pidgey that we've never even touched. And if we come across a situation where it's desperate, I wouldn't mind doing so. You know what, I'm just talking myself up in the corner. Cindy, you don't get enough experience to sit in the back. We might as well give one of the other Pokemon a chance to shine before they get the boot. So I want to do Fido just because he's lower in level, but I honestly don't think Fido is probably going to be the first Pokemon to go once I get something I really want. Maybe Todd. But we might as well pretend that Fido doesn't exist. As unfortunate as it is. And wow, did I really get another Pikachu to appear that quickly? Amazing. We don't need to go for this again, though. And I caught the Pikachu on the first ball again. I didn't even have to use a berry this time. Man, like, I also want to use 69 learned Acid. There's just something wrong with that sentence. This was a wonderful bad idea. And I'm probably gotta wrap up my recording session soon, so... You know what? Fido needs some time to shine. And I'm sorry, I know 69 has just been sitting around doing nothing. Oh, speaking of which, oh, this is how you do it. So, how do I hit plus on the Pokeball Plus? I don't even know what button Here we go. That option definitely wasn't there before, but it is now. Yeah, last battle. Oh, you're just the guy that runs out of Pokeballs. Yeah, this is probably gonna be a short video because gotta wrap up soon. But I do want to keep my promise of showcasing Fido before ditching him. So here you go, Fido. It's your chance to shine. And it doesn't even have poison points, so you don't gotta worry about that shenanigan. Just go out there, fight if you have it. If not, just tackle. I would focus energy, but it's level 4. Wow, I think I might have gotten a little over level just from catching things along the way. I'm not that over level though, because I didn't freaking one-shot it. You know, my standards of difficulty for this game are kind of low when I'm saying stuff like that though. So there you go, that's your battle that I promised, and that will be about the end of the part. So thank you all for tuning in. Next time, maybe I'll even get to showcase Melody. I did kind of gloss over what she said, and might catch some people's eyes. I heard from a friend that they saw a Bulbasaur around here. It wasn't registered in their Pokedex though. I wasn't sure if it's true. Yeah, there may be a couple Pokemon that you normally don't find just hanging out in the forest. We'll have to see if we come across this Bulbasaur ourselves. That's a pretty cleverly hidden potion, I gotta admit. But yeah, considering that we get Pikachu or Eevee as our starter this game, they do want to give us a option to get those Pokemon. And you may remember from Yellow if that was the thing that they had a way to get those starter Pokemon. I won't confirm or deny if that's still in the game or not. But it is worth noting to keep that NPC's quote-unquote advice in mind. So for real now, take care.